He has all of the wrap capacity of all of us at once. It's all in him. None of the rest of us know how to do it. Kibo, listen, Kibo needs to get just a little bit, needed to get just a little bit worse at Strive so that he could be 69 seed at Combo Breaker, by the way, because right now he's 68 seed, and that's just not, that lack of commitment is not something I can stand behind, you know what I mean? Alright. Fire. SlabOfBeef on the hunt for the bracket reset. Mooni trying to seal this out to win the whole thing. RCOS is the, it's Starfish? Starship? Starfish Starship? Starship Velociraptor? Starfish Sunshine? I don't know. The DP. I'm just going to call it, it's a DP, I'm just going to call it a DP. It's a DP motion, it travels in a DP arc, it's invincible, it's a DP. The PRC baited the DP. Ooh. Yeah, that's easily gonna be dead. Could some of these not have wall spot off of that meterlessly? I wonder why that RC twice in 2 consecutive sets someone has been, oh hey, that's the counter super. It should be over now. I'm gonna hit it, excuse me. It's twice in 2 consecutive sets. I don't know if SlabOfBeef modded the setup after winners finals to make the counter super last longer, but it is. I don't know if it took a 5-hour energy, you know, it's up and raring to go now. What? Does block in time. A little bit of guard crush damage now an opening appears. And all SlabOfBeef has to do is maintain this advantage. Mooni on very low health. In neutral with a sliver and a dream against a mountain of Anji health. Jumpstart my heart is not able to do it. And SlabOfBeef. One round away from a very strong lead here in the attempt at bracket reset section of Grand Finals. However, if I remember correctly, wasn't it a reverse 3-0 that got Mooni into winner's side of Grands? So there could be another one. There could be another Mooni reverse 3-0. Character switch? Yo. Oh, but to the sole bad guy? Not Nagoriyuki? Fine. Can be the butch lesbian. Known butch lesbian, sole bad guy. And her high femme wife, Jacko, who wears only like vintage 60s gear. All the more vintage because this is set in the future. Ooh, big counter hit there. Yeah, forces the burst out of Mooni. Something forced the burst out of SlabOfBeef though. I mentioned SlabOfBeef probably lost round start. We're gonna super through the wall. This is actually gonna catch the super through the wall. And a B&B from here will still kill Soul Bad Guy. A B&B from here will still kill Soul Bad Guy. You guys, we are 1 round away from a bracket reset. I do have to wonder why Mooni pulled out the Soul in bracket reset. Does she feel the Soul will do better, or is she just trying to like mix something up here? I have to imagine because it was game 3 that she feels that Soul will perform better here. A big life lead for Quiznos Mooni, by the way. Pretty much just needs 1 hit, other than like maybe a punch or a kick on SlabOfBeef to seal this out, and or RC Volcanic Viper. That'll also because of scaling. I would simply Volcanic Viper. I don't know what to tell you, okay? SlabOfBeef getting so much more mileage off of the spin though in this matchup. Oh, she thought that it comboed and it didn't. Forces the burst, does a little bit of damage to her, forces the burst out. Good punch on that cross-up. That, okay, able to block the follow-up from the spin. Gets counter-hit by far/, though. With a meter, this is going to be devastating. It won't kill. It will not kill. But it does do a lot of damage, and it does produce a hard knockdown. Far/ is minus enough, though, that mooni gets out. The throw on SlabOfBeef's Wake Up gets the last chunk of damage they need. And another clean 3-0. This time against someone who beat SlabOfBeef 3-2. And the bracket resets. SlabOfBeef on something of a revenge tour. Mooni going back to the Bridget, feeling that Soul potentially is not the way. Definitely the neutral was a lot harder for Mooni in that matchup, in that last game there. The risk reward was much more in, it wasn't necessarily in her favor, but it wasn't so slanted against her either. That being said, we've seen before that Mooni can get a good enough read on what SlabOfBeef's trying to do. To take three consecutive games to frickin' rock the baby, man. She really wants to rock that baby, I have noticed. Which, I mean, I get it. I love my command throws when I have command throws. But Slab is consistently ready for the baby to be rocked. Like there, all of that bad shit that killed Mooni, it all happened after the backdash rock the baby. Yep, at that distance, you're just not going to be able to 5H spin. You know, we've seen other distances where she's able to 5H spin and then hit whatever Slab tries to follow up with. Backdash is hard to use against Bridget. That was a spacing where you can use backdash against Bridget. Mooni just called it out, but it is hard to use backdash against Bridget, because that being a place where you can commit a little to calling backdash out and it'll work. Jesus Christ, SlabOfBeef starts a fucking space program to fly across the screen, pins Mooni in the corner, takes a patient tack here, not wanting to get punished for overextending, blocking out Mooni's buttons. Mooni on like 1 hit point. And then ironically takes the least patient possible tack, sprints like 2/3 of the screen and presses 6B. Which did work, to be fair. Mooni has got to keep her mental together here. I don't know whether she's keeping her mental together here, but that is the most important thing in this moment, is keep that mental together. Get the, figure out, think about what he's doing. What they're doing. Anji's not the one making decisions. So what Anji's doing, I guess Anji is physically doing it, but the pertinent thing is that SlabOfBeef is making the decisions, not that Anji's doing the motions. So it should be what they're doing. Figure out what they're doing that is blowing you up, essentially. Right, we're gonna go through the wall. We're gonna go through the wall. We do a little breaking the wall. Okay, Slab does have positive. Okay, well, they don't have positive bonus anymore, but when I started talking, they did have positive bonus. They're still gonna have, nope, that didn't generate any meter. Never mind, they don't quite have 50 meter here, but they're going to make it. Yeah, then once again, they have positive bonus. But, okay, I did not expect that to hit. I'm gonna be honest, I thought that Slab was gonna block that, but they didn't. So we go through the wall. Barely any health here. Yeah, the RC OS's that burst. You do not love to see the hero burst. We do not love to see the hero burst in this house. And it is, SlabOfBeef pulls the round set, the round count on this game. Jesus Christ. I cannot say words. SlabOfBeef pulls the round count on this game even with Mooni, and Mooni, because of the hero burst, does not have burst on deck. So far, however, not needing it. Juggled. We're not going to have super to break the wall, so we simply reset instead. Good decision making. We're not going to have super to break the wall with. We do not break the wall. We do not wall spot. We just reset with yo-yo. SlabOfBeef finds a way out of the corner, but oh my god. But the Bridget that kills? That kills, and Mooni is able to get on the board for the first time in Grand Finals, bringing up 1-1 here in the bracket reset. Oof. The counter hit forces no bursts. No bursts all around. It's like the opposite of ordering a round for the bar. I'd like to take a round away from the bar. The next drink anyone orders, just don't give it to them. Charge them, but don't give it to them. Anji guts, but it's guess for game. Any chip will also do it, or 6p to the face. Sorry, what? Nope, nothing out of spin, nothing out of spin. They're just pump faking spin. Yeah, yeah. I see the vision of just sort of pump faking with spin to kind of overload Mooni and bait her into pressing a button, but Mooni is a skilled enough fighter. She's gonna throw that, you know. And now Mooni 1 game away from winning Grand Finals. Jesus Christ. That is twice they have run up from about full screen and 6P'd, and it's twice that has worked. Which does feel like a very SlabOfBeef thing to do, I'm going to be honest. But they will make a call-out post on you like that. But no, deflect shield. The rare occurrence of deflect shield against Bridget working. SlabOfBeef blocking for their goddamn life. Mooni just looping pressure. Not looping pressure by getting hits into knockdowns, into resetting Oki, just by throwing so many goddamn hitboxes out so much of the fucking time, just by having such far-reaching normals that you don't get to press. Because you would have to move forward. And if you did, you'd eat this 5H, or this 2S. Ooh. SlabOfBeef goes for the throw, maybe doesn't get like the dash cancel, or not cancel, but like a dash up, and instead just kind of whiffs throw in Mooni's face. Still in a significant life lead on this round, though. Oh my god. Mooni finds a way to fake out the counter and punish it. Gets a knockdown. Burst has to come out. Mooni no longer has burst on the table. Any decent hit here from Slab will do it. And this will be a decent hit. Slab brings it up 2-2. So we're going to game 5 in the bracket reset. Slab able to secure a 3-0 bracket reset. But now going to game 5 after the reset. A much closer, you know, Mooni may be logging in more. Potentially, you know, trying to reset the bracket from loser's side is crunch time. This is now crunch time for Mooni as well, so Mooni maybe just a little bit more locked in for this set would be my guess as to why it's so much closer. Nevertheless, Mooni starting off very aggressively for this last game of not only the bracket, but the entire night. Slab trying to find some way to hit God's favorite trans girl, which is what this is pre-everything, Bridget. This being pre-everything that's being God's favorite. Let's be honest here. She's also the world's only AFAB trans girl, so like, she's privileged in very many ways. Mooni on set point now. The nature of the hit and the spin means that Mooney is relatively safe, but still on defense, and this offense is not something... Hot take. Holding your opponent's offense sucks, and you don't want to do it. You want them to have to hold your offense, actually. Hot take. Especially in, you know, a slow, neutral-focused fighter like Guilty Gear Strive. I was about to say the DP saves Mooney's life, but Slab's able to take it anyway. And we're going to final game, final round. The closest the set count, at least for, you know, the reset set, could possibly be Game 5, Round 3. And so far, it's, I think, just been like a fuck ton of chip damage on Bridget. Mooney finally gets a couple of hits in. Life's relatively even. YRC liberates SlabOfBeef from prison. I would simply backdash. Have you considered that backdash is just a really good tool for Bridget. Like, her backdash is an invincible reversal. You cannot change my mind. Because she backdashes outside of, like, God and everybody's range, and then just hits you with, like, 5H. It's just standing there if you try to pursue her. She's an unpunishable reversal. Change my fucking mind. Does not get the higher damage. Anji Guts keeps SlabOfBeef alive, but they're going to need a burst, I guess. I was going to say a miracle, but a burst should do it. They can't afford to run low, even on tension. It is Slab's turn. There is enough time to punish there. Guess for game now for, oh my god, for both players. And the DP finishes it out. Quiznos Mooney just barely clutching out the win with a well-timed reversal to take it 3-2 over SlabOfBeef in the bracket reset.